Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing 2 collages in this mini art journal. I always use it when I want to get rid of some smaller collage pieces or just if I don't have so much time to play. And usually these pages are very simple, just glued down papers and add some scribbly marks or stamped images to them. I really love flipping through this book because I find it really inspiring for bigger pieces. And here are the collage papers I'm currently using. I always try to use them up before I start on new ones because I don't like this mess becoming too big. I already have a bunch of videos up on my channel about collage papers and how to make them, and I will link the playlist where you will find them in the description and also in the end cards. I'm using a glue stick to adhere my papers because I don't want to have a long drying time and I don't want to work with gel medium in this journal. This journal is also just a cheap sketchbook with drawing paper inside, so nothing special. I just want to mention again that my Wednesdays videos, which I am uploading as an extra video each week, have no voiceover. Next time I will add some music, just to make sure that everyone knows that there is nothing wrong with the sound. Making this video takes a lot of time because I have not the newest computer and my microphone only works with the computer and not with my mobile phone, and I can't do the voiceover anywhere else, but my computer seems to just stop working from time to time. So for this video I have already restarted everything in between the first 2 minutes for about 2 times or 3 times, and that is a bit annoying and it takes up a lot of time. I will think about doing the voiceover with my phone, but I tried it already and it has a lower quality than the editing with the computer. And if someone of you has a good tip on how to do a good voiceover, please let me know. I just won't buy any new tool for this at the moment. I'm just searching for a piece to put onto this empty space. I work mainly intuitively here. I did this video not live but without voiceover. I talked through this video on my German YouTube channel, so if you would prefer that kind of live version you have to watch it in German. Probably there are some people that didn't know that I have a German YouTube channel too. After sticking down all these papers, I cut off the overlapping edges and then I have a look what else I can add to the page or if it needs some more collage. For this page I have the feeling it's a bit boring and it needs a bit more contrast. So I want to add some really light spots with some almost white paper, and maybe some darker ones to get just a higher contrast. I will now add a little bit of scribbly marks with my Neo color, and I believe here I picked the exact same color that I have already on that collage paper, and I'm just blending these together, these papers, by making some marks with that crayon on top. That's what I love about the Neo colors. They are opaque and perfect to use also over darker backgrounds. I decided to do some stamping here, and I want to have something on that part with the green, and I think a leafy border would fit perfectly, and here I'm using one from my mixed media borders stamp set. I'm searching for my stamp pad. I will use the Versafine Clear ink to stamp my border here. And here I'm realizing that I can't stamp it with this big acrylic block because it will touch the binding rings of the book, and I'm switching to a smaller one. I stamped the last one with the ink that was still on the stamp to get something that looks more as if it was in the background, and that gives my page a bit more dimension. I want to have a bit more white on my page because I think it's still not enough, so I will use some acrylic ink to make some splatters. And the leftover paint I usually use to just smear it onto a kind of leftover paper. So maybe I can use that next time. I thought about adding something darker to the top left. The good thing about collage is you can lay down your paper pieces and then decide if it looks good or not. And that's what I love. And after the splatters are dry, I try out to add something with that dark brown that I have already here on the page to that top. And here I already saw that this does not work. I think that red area is kind of a quiet space against the rest of the busy page. And what I will do to bring in that dark brown, I will make some really light and thin marks with the new colors, and I choose two browns, not sure about which one to use. In the end, I will use both of them. And I just make some light scribbly marks. I also want to mention that we have a Christmas sale going on in the store, so all Christmas sets are 10% off at the moment, just until tomorrow. So just have a look if you need some winter or Christmas stamps. For this page, I thought about adding a main image, but I was pretty sure that I won't add any. Sometimes I just place something on top to see how it looks. And here I just picked a simple flower, but I thought this page looks good as it is on its own. So let's flip to the next page. And here I start with that violet color which caught my eye earlier. And I'm searching for a kind of complementary piece to use here. And as this is more of a bluish violet, I think that orangey color matches perfectly. And something else about the shop, we are moving our system at the moment, which is pretty busy, and there will be a time during November where we will have to close the shop, probably for a few days, I don't know. But I think it was the right decision. Our new shop platform is much more comfortable. We have 2 languages there, so you can switch between English and German, and you can create your own account, you can make a wish list, and everything is easier to find, I think, and just much more comfortable. I really like how these 2 colors work together. I think they don't need much more. Well, of course, I will add much more, because when I add here some papers, I am just a person. I just can't leave as it is if I haven't done something on it. So just sticking down papers and then being done is so hard for me, even if some collages look simply beautiful. I think I have to learn this, to just leave something when I like it. What you maybe don't see, I'm not sure, there are some neon sprinkles in the orange, and I want to bring those both areas a bit together. So I want to stamp with that neon tone over the page to just connect it. I picked one of these tiny pencil mark stamps, and I will not use stamping ink. I will use acrylic ink for acrylic paint for stamping. This is opaque, so it will cover up that what is underneath, and it will work over that darker background. I said I will use acrylic paint, but here you see I'm using acrylic gouache, which is almost the same regarding the opacity. And what I prefer about gouache or acrylic gouache is that it dries super matte and with no sheen on it, and I love that, especially in art journals. I recently just found a paint, a vinyl paint, which is similar to this, and it's the flash paint from the Franck Lefranc and Bourgeois. I think it's a French company, and these paints are awesome, and I think I have used them in one of the Wednesdays videos already. And the colors I picked here is the neon orange and the neon pink from Liquitex acrylic gouache. And you can see that stamping works awesome. Just be sure to clean the stamp afterwards. I am throwing it into water until I have time to clean it, but you won't let the paint dry on it because it's very hard to clean it. I now go in with some violet neo color and just make some scribbly marks. And here I seem to explain something in German while I was making that video. I can't remember which it was. I know that I will add some more to the page. I don't know why, because I really like it. I think I wanted to have some lighter area here. And I'm trying a neo color, no, not a neo color, a gelato from Faber-Castell. But it turns out to be very smeary and ugly. And I will remove that completely with a baby wipe. That just does not work. As the gelato didn't work, I searched for a paint marker, and it's the Posca paint pen in white, and I just make an area completely white. We can discuss if this was the right decision, but I think when you're making art and you make something that you don't really like in the end, it's okay, because you'll learn from it, and next time you maybe have the courage to say, I like it as it is, and I will say it's done. And it's very hard for me to do this. I just often overwork things, but I'm practicing, or I'm learning to not do this. I add also some dots, and I let that dry, and here I'm back with the new color to bring that violet into the orangey area over that big white space. Well, it's not bad in the end. Not sure if it's better than before, but I still like the page. Now I would say I don't need any main image, but of course I added one. I had this flower prepared and I thought it matches so perfectly color-wise. I will adhere it. It's one of the Pencil Marks flowers from the Pencil Marks number 4, and it's embossed with black powder, and then I colored it in with metallic watercolors. If you work with metallic watercolors over a usual stamped image, so without the glossiness of the embossing powder, the metallic paint will cover up your outlines, and that might look not very good. When I add a main image, I also will add kind of a title to my page, and here I'm cutting one of the Mix a Sentiment words, and I just adhere it over my flower. Yeah, Yes, and that's my finished page. I hope you enjoyed this video and you are inspired to just create a little bit. You can use this technique in any kind of journal. For example, also in some handmade junk journals. And talking about junk journals, don't miss out the Gratitude Junk Journal Workshop, which has already started November 1st. I will link it up in the video description because you can still join in. And I hope to see you next time on Wednesday for my process with the video without voiceover, and next weekend for a normal kind of video. Yeah, have a wonderful weekend. Bye.